I'm Mike Wilbon. My voice sounds terrible today, Tony, but I'm ready to play hurt.
I'm Tony Kornheiser. You sound like Yoda.
Damn.
You do like Yoda.
Not Louis Armstrong, not Satchmo.
No, Yoda.
Oh,
Yoda.
Man.
And I've been sneezing all day, and I'd like to go lie down. So let's finish this show in a hurry.
Let's do this.
Welcome to PTI, boys and girls. In today's episode, the Celtics meet the Spurs. USA beats Mexico in the World Baseball Classic, and Kendrick Perkins, their old quarterback, as they landed Geno Smith and a seventh from the Raiders for a sixth. The Patriots got their replacement for Stephon Diggs in former Packer Romeo Doubs. The Lions filled their need for a second running back by agreeing to terms with former Chief Isaiah Pacheco. And the Bills held on to tight end Dawson Knox. Wilbon, which move stands out most to you?
Well, it won't be the Jets and another quarterback. My God. It's just, I know you got to be tired. That's the team of your youth, and they just embarrass themselves every time they do anything. So I'm skipping right over that. Tony, for me, this is really clear cut. It's Doubs going to the Patriots. I mean, Diggs is not there anymore. He's 7 years older. Doubs is 25. Diggs, I believe, is 32 years old. Doubs is really productive. He can be even more productive for New England, where he can be sort of a clear number one. And, Tony, I'm not going to try to turn this into Randy Moss in 2007. I'm not going to get carried away.
Don't.
I won't. I promise you, I won't. I'm not going to say you got mossed. But come on now. The Patriots are looking at very few areas of deficiency, if any. On the offense, they might want to tinker with their offensive line, but I'd say it's that receiver spot. And to go, and he's been with the Packers. He's been with an organization where he knows what it means to be an adult. And so I think that's near a perfect fit for the Patriots.
Yeah, I'm interested in the Pacheco deal because Kansas City doesn't need him anymore because they picked up Kenneth Walker. And David Montgomery was out of there already for the Lions. So now Pacheco gets to work with, come on, who's the running back? Help me out with Kansas City.
With Gibbs.
Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs. He gets to work with him, which is exactly what Montgomery did. So we have a circle that is unbroken. I have to talk about the team of my youth getting Geno Smith. He started there. He was a second-round pick in 2013. 12 and 18, I believe, as a quarterback. But this is a fabulous statistic. Two statistics are fabulous. 28 touchdown passes, 36 interceptions. That's too many interceptions.
Wow.
But those 12 wins that he has are tied for second most of a Jets quarterback in all those ensuing years because the Jets destroy their quarterbacks.
They do.
You know, and that's what I think is going to happen here. I am still waiting, though, Mike. I got to be honest. I am still waiting. I want to see Kyler Murray. Where does he go? Because quarterback is the coin of the realm. We got to have a good one.
He can be signed
Where does he go, and where does Kirk Cousins go? Where did they go? I'm waiting for that. Let's move to the NBA in tonight's featured game, the Boston Celtics at San Antonio. Both teams were off last night and had time to think about this one. The Celtics are in second place in the Eastern Conference with a record of 43-21. The Spurs are in second place in the Western Conference with a record of 47-17.
Oh, goodness.
The Celtics have won 5 of 6 and 14 of 17. And if you think that's good, and it is, the Spurs have won 9 of 10 and 15 of 16. Wilbon, what intrigues you most about tonight's matchup?
My God, Tony, there's so many places you can start. I'm going to start with Jayson Tatum on the screen right there. And maybe having played 2 good games already, had a little practice time, some rest, if he's out there for any minutes, I want to see how San Antonio defends Jayson Tatum. If they attack him, if they say, we're putting the old playbook from the rest of the earlier this season away, and we're dealing with you like you are first team All-NBA Jayson Tatum, not some dude coming off 9 months off. So I'm interested to see how that happens and who they use in that way. And also, of course, what are the Celtics going to do defensively against, you know who, Wemby? Because Tony,
Wembanyama.
The more we go with Wembanyama this season, and it may be he and Jaylen Brown that are out there leading the way. Sorry, SGA, for the moment, we're going to concentrate on these other 2 dudes for MVP. Wembanyama, Tony, every night seems to add something. Jaylen Brown doesn't need to add anything. He's got a ring. He's been great. You pointed this out. You were on this in November. I give you full credit. But I want to see Wembanyama and what he takes them seriously.
I don't want to track over everything you've said. I agree with all of it. I want to see how the Spurs defend Tatum if they get all over him because they think he's still shaky because he's only played 2 games. I want to see how they defend Jaylen Brown. I want to know if Wembanyama is going to go out and chase Brown and Tatum on the 3-point line.
Yeah.
I mean, because they could do that, and I want to see all that. I just want to get to a couple of things. Since February 1st, okay, the San Antonio Spurs have the best record in all of basketball. The Celtics are second. Since February 1st, the Celtics have the best defense in all of basketball. San Antonio is second. And since February 1st, in something called net rating, San Antonio is 1 and Boston is 2. I believe that San Antonio will win this game.
Ooh.
I do. I think they're going to win this game. But if Boston were to win this game, it would be enormously impressive.
It'd be big.
Enormously impressive.
Yeah. Even for a regular season game, it would be impressive. And now to Team USA's 5-3 win over Mexico in the World Baseball Classic last night. American ace Paul Skeens struck out 7 over 4 scoreless. Aaron Judge gunned a runner down at third from right field when the game was scoreless. And then his home run, along with Roman Anthony's 3-run shot, provided all the offense the U.S. needed in 1 inning because Bobby Witt's slick play at short helped hold Mexico in check. Tony, the biggest highlight to you from last night was what?
Well, it's Skeens. I mean, he went 4 innings. I thought he would go 3 and not 4. He threw 60 pitches. He had 7 strikeouts. He gave up 1 hit. That's what he gave up, is 1 hit. The runner that you're talking about with Aaron Judge, they didn't allow a runner all the way to third because Aaron Judge cut down that runner in the top of the 3rd inning.
Yeah.
All right, and then they come back. Here, look, the second highlight is what happened in the bottom of the 3rd when the United States scored all their runs. And I have a bone to pick with the Mexico manager, Benji Gill. Because in that inning, Bryce Harper hit a very hard line drive off the pitcher's foot.
Yes.
And then everybody goes out to the mound to see if the pitcher can pitch. And the pitcher convinces everybody, including the manager, that he can pitch. Here are the next 5 batters, okay? Judge home run. Kyle Schwarber single. Bregman strikes out. Cal Raleigh hit by pitch. Roman Anthony 417 feet. So I don't think they should have left him in. That's my position. Should not have left him in.
Yeah, you know, when he got hit, and it looked like it was right on the ankle, or maybe an inch off of it, I'm thinking, especially.
How do you push off?
Tony, with all the attention we've devoted the last few days, and they've devoted to how to handle pitchers in this particular competition, I'm thinking, you know what, you might want to get him out here. And then
That's what I thought.
The hit by pitch said to me, okay, we've seen enough now, go get him. So I thought sort of the game hung then in the balance. But you know what, Tony? Judge, look, there's a lot of great players right now. There are a lot of great individual stars in baseball just across the country from New York to Seattle and certainly down to Los Angeles. And I can't wait to see more of Shohei in this tournament. But Tony, Judge, when Judge is going and he gives you that kind of defense and hits it out like that and gives you stakes your team to a 2-0 lead, who's better than him?
Yeah.
Except maybe Shohei.
Well, I mean,
maybe.
Maybe. You have to talk about them together.
You do.
You cannot separate them. Let's take a break. Coming up, how should teams deal with Victor Wembanyama? We're going to ask Kendrick Perkins.
We'll also ask him about Lou Dort and his latest flagrant foul on the Joker. Stop fouling the Joker.
Jahmyr Gibbs, Tony. You had written that down. You should have known that. He's a great running back.
Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean,
and that circle is now complete. Now they have the 2 running backs again.
I don't know if Pacheco's as tough as Montgomery. Montgomery's a tough dude.
Well, they're trying for it. They're trying to just actually. We've got some NBA questions for our great friend from NBA Today, ESPN NBA analyst Kendrick Perkins. Let's start with this. The Celtics and the Spurs are going to play tonight. I got to go right to Victor Wembanyama because he is backing up all the hype. I accused Wilbon of slurping him for like a couple of years, but he's backing it up. It seems like he gets nothing but better all the time. You're a big man, you know that position. Where do you look at him and think he still needs work?
Well, let me add more to it, Tony. The San Antonio Spurs are going to have to pay him 5 year, $1 billion. That's how much he's worth. He's
Whoa,
that box office, okay?
whoa.
That's number one. Number two, he's improving every single night. The only thing that I could see that could cause him problems is him being even killed through a 7-game series. Not getting too high, not getting too low. But when it comes to checking all the boxes, he's doing that. He has found that balance of being able to mix it up for as being able to be a force in the middle offensively and take you out on the perimeter. It's nothing that he can't do. I'm watching a 7'5", 7'6", 7'7", however tall he is, come off a pin down action. I'm watching him catch lobs and do freakish things with them just because he wants to show off. I'm watching this young man cry after a regular season win because that's how bad he wants it. That is scary. He has an old soul, and I'm telling you right now, he is ready to lead this San Antonio Spurs team, and he's trying to go win a championship this year. Not next year or the year after next, this year.
Spread this out for a second, Perk. After facing the Spurs tonight, the Celtics have the Thunder on Thursday. I've sat with you for 1,000,000 regular season games, and you always tell me, stay calm, stay calm. It's the regular season. Don't get carried away. Perk, we're at an interesting point of the season. How much do these games now count?
Well, the playoffs have started, especially when you look at the Spurs. The Spurs are trying to get to that number one spot. The only thing that you could say that's wrong with them is that they don't have experience. So they want as many games as they possibly can on their home court. Now, the Celtics, on the other hand, yes, they have the most championship experience out of any team in the Eastern Conference, but I'm looking at Jaylen Brown. After what SGA did last night, put on that MVP of performance against Jokic and the Nuggets, I'm looking at Jaylen Brown to respond. The only way that he could respond to what SGA is doing since he's returned is by dominating these next 2 games and keeping his name alive individually in the MVP conversation. That's what I'm looking forward to. And by the way, he's going to be matched up against a guy that gave Cade Cunningham hell, that somewhat frustrated SGA. And I'm talking about Stephon Castle, the other beast defensively for the San Antonio Spurs. So it's a lot of individual matchups, but it's also a lot of individual goals, and especially with Jaylen Brown, that I'm looking into in these next 2 games.
I'm glad you mentioned SGA, though, because he was so incredible last night in beating the Nuggets. And he ties Wilt's record with his 126th consecutive game of 20-plus points. Perk, how significant is that specific record to you?
I mean, anytime you break Wilt Chamberlain, anytime you catch Wilt Chamberlain, that's enough said in itself. You know, like I come on here part of the PTI family, and I'm coming on here with 2 legends, 2 greats. Y'all make me better. We watched SGA yesterday make other guys around him better while still going to get his 30-plus while hitting the game-winning 3-point shot. Jalen Williams had 29. Isaiah Joe chipped in. All the guys were getting easy looks because of the attention and the growth of SGA. Kevin Garnett told me something way long time ago when we was with the Celtics. He said, Perk, I go home and I watch all these up-and-coming young superstars because I need to see growth. I said, what's growth to you? He said, when you able to go get your 30 and make guys around you better where they finish with 20 and 15 because of your doing. That's what we're witnessing right now from SGA.
We will get you out of here on this. Lou Dort flagrantly fouled Nikola Jokic again and then apologized to him after the game. What did you think of that foul, and what did you think of the apology?
Well, look, one, I feel like we're this little Denver, Oklahoma City is becoming somewhat of a bit of a rivalry, right? Like the getting into each other's face. Did you see SGA emotions? Luke Dort is never going to change, but that's who he is. He's a physical presence. He's an enforcer. He brings tenacity. And I knew he was going to apologize because I played for that organization, right? And I did some crazy stuff while I was playing. I got ejected. I got flagrant fouls. And the next morning, you know what happened? You end up getting called to the principal office, to Principal Presti. And he ended up telling you some real stuff and telling you what this organization is about. Not trying to take away from what you bring, but trying to make sure that you keep the main thing the main thing. Because one thing we know, in order for them to go and repeat, Lou Dort is going to have to be available. And you can't be available by doing dumb stuff. You got to be able to stay on the floor, stay in the moment, because all it could take is one game for you to be suspended or ejected, and you cost your team an entire series.
Yeah. As always, Perk, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all, legends. Thank you.
Let's take one last break. Still to come, top-ranked Duke deals with injuries to two key contributors.
As Kendrick Perkins would say, keep a cool booty. That's what Lou Dort better do now and then. 5 conference championship games tonight could produce more March Madness. Keep a cool booty.
I thought it was a cheap shot. You didn't think it was a cheap shot?
Yeah. But the apology is what sets it apart. Now, how does Denver feel about that? That's what's worth asking going forward.
Well, if you keep